Alright, what's up, y'all? I got a new video for y'all. Uh, I did make a new slashing build. I made it a couple, maybe weeks ago, and I got a couple different ways that you can make it. I got my own personal way that I made it, and there's other ways that you can make it as well if to fit your play style. Alright, so first, what you want to do is make him a point guard. You can do whatever you want with that. This is the same pie chart as my 6'8", the playmaking and finishing one. So the blue yellow. Now the physical profiles, I always choose balance. I mean, y'all can choose whatever y'all want. It doesn't. I don't know what to tell y'all. It's my personal preference. If y'all want to choose something else, y'all can. But I always choose balance because the stats they're gonna look right regardless at the end, anyways. Because like I said, I get gym rat, so this +4, and anything above a 95 will boost your attributes as well. So I have that to look forward to. But I'm gonna go ahead and just fill this out for y'all real quick. Also, this is how I made the build. I get 19 finishing, 13 shooting, 19 playmaking, and 7 defensive. Now you could always like take off some of your stats off defense and put it towards like playmaking or finishing, but I like having seven defensive badges is all right with me. I can even live with 6, but I mean I'd rather have 7 because honestly 19 finishing badges is enough for me, and so is 19 playmaking. I'm used to having like 12 finishing and 11 on my 6-7 build, and I have 19. So I mean, it's only so many badges that's really worth it in the finishing category, in my opinion. Same thing with playmaking, and I just like having that. I just like having 7 defensive badges because I'm used to it now because my 6A has 7. But like I said, you can always tweak the defense if you wanted to. Like for instance, you might put down either block or defensive rebounding. I don't know. I like having blocks, so I'm gonna keep that up. But I'm gonna just show y'all like what y'all could do, I guess. So see, now I have 20, 13, 22, and 6. I mean, it's really up to y'all on what y'all want to do, but that's just how I made it. Alright, so while making this video, I did find a way to get an extra playmaking badge, so you can just copy it. Now, if you went with the way I took, and that 7 defensive badges, but I mean, you could always tweak the defense, like I said, and put it more towards offense. But like I said, 19 finishing, and now 20 playmaking is plenty enough for me, but it might not be enough for you. So you can do whatever you want. But now I'm on a body shape. It really doesn't matter. Now I went 6'6", 6'5" was also a good height. All right, so on the weight I did go 190, just so I can have a 70 strength. Like I said, I like having at least a 70 strength on my on my builds. Um, like I said, it's all personal preference. You don't have to exactly copy my build, but this is just what I do. All right, so the wingspan. Now I didn't want to go minimum on this build, but I felt like default did it for me because at 98, I'll be able to momentum and all that crazy stuff, have all the tier 3 dribble moves without being a takeover. And even if now that I'm Elite 1 with takeover booster, it'll take me like one shot, maybe 2 at the most, and I'll be able to have the tier 3 dribble moves as well. So I mean, it works out for me. All right, so before I move on, just want to talk about the attributes. Um, Now my driving layup and my driving dunk, they're pretty much the high 80s, the 89 driving layup and the 80 and the 88 driving dunk. So that does mean you get the constant dunks off rip like all 3 of the packages. Um, Now my shooting's gonna be pretty solid. Now throughout all this year, I've been using like builds uh with 3-point shots in the 60s. So with that being said, I can tell you from experience that you can easily shoot from 50% from behind the 3-point line. And on top of that, you get 13 shooting badges, so you can't really go wrong with that. Now my ball handling is 83. Now you can easily tweak the wingspan and start off with 86. But in my case, I knew that I was going to eventually get above a 95. And on top of that, I have takeover booster, so it'll take me like one shot, even below 95, to start having a tier 3 dribble move. So I'll be alright with that. Now my defense, I have a 73 perimeter, 70 lateral, 59 steal, 63 blocking, and 77 defensive rebound. You might look at these stats and be like, man, they suck. But I mean, it's pretty decent. Now keep in mind, I'm coming from a 6'8" build that only had a 63 lateral quickness at 97. Most of the time on that build, I'm usually like a 98, so I'm gonna say a 64 lateral quickness. So I mean, it wouldn't hurt to be a little bit faster. But I mean, even with the lateral quickness that low, you can still play solid defense. And even with this build, it's big enough to get contested around the rim. Even if you do get blown by, you get chased down artists as well on this build, where you can put it on this build if you choose to, which I recommend that y'all do because it's so OP. And my steal rating is at a 59. I think it's pretty decent. I don't. I'm not planning on getting a lot of on ball steals. The thing about steals is that I didn't know at first that it affected interceptions like off ball steals. I mean it makes sense now that I'm looking at it in retrospect, but I feel like a 59 steal is decent enough to get those interceptions. Now my block is a 63. I feel like that's decent as well for interior defense. I do get a lot of blocks on my 6'8", but I think I have like an 80 something block on my 6'8", something like that. But I mean 63 is fine too. And my defensive rebound is a 77, so I will be snagging. And then at 98, I have a 80. I have an 80 rebounding, 80 defensive rebounding. I'm sorry, so I'll be able to snag up. I'm 6'6", so here it is at default at minimum. It's an 86. You start off with 86. I mean, I contemplated on having minimum, but I didn't want it because I knew eventually I'd get to 98. Alright, so here it is at max wingspan. It's honestly decent at max wingspan as well because you start off at 80 ball control. You can even go like lower, but have like a still longer wingspan than default, and it'll still be a solid build because, like I said, you get 80 ball control. Now you won't be able to momentum with some takeover, but once you get into the higher overalls, you can. Like a 98 per se, you have an 83 ball control. It'll take like 2 shots for you to get your for you to have the tier 3 dribble moves. Alright, so regardless of what you pick, it's going to be a decent build regardless. My physicals, I didn't talk about them yet, but as you can see, 83 speed, 70 strength, 83 acceleration, and 85 vert. Now for me, for my situation, I have gym rat, so everything's a +4 off rip. So that's an 87 speed, 74 strength, 87 acceleration, and an 89 vert. Now that's off rip. That's not even including the 95s, the 95 plus overall that I will have on this build. Now if you chose a different chart, that's fine. Like I said, it's all personal preference. I like the balance one because it benefits me everywhere. So, and I mean 80 plus and the low 90s, that's really good for me in my opinion. But like I said, y'all can choose what y'all want. I chose what I wanted, but as for the takeover, of course I'm gonna choose slashing. You get these options, but I mean, I like slashing because I like catching bodies, so y'all can do what y'all want. Alright, so they call me a slashing playmaker, but on my build that I made before I made this video, they called me just a straight up slasher. I mean, the name really doesn't matter, but you do get one extra playmaking badge with this, the way I made this build. But on my original one, I get 19, 13, 19 and 7, so that's just something to look at. Alright, so I'm gonna just show you all the badges that I would put on. Like I said, 19 finishing badges is enough for me. Of course, I'm putting on the essential slashing badges, contact finisher. I believe you need relentless as well. At first, at the beginning of the year, the way that they described relentless finisher, I didn't think you needed it, but you definitely need relentless finisher. Fancy footwork, I don't use too much. I don't use fancy footwork at all, actually. I haven't used fancy footwork in a while. But I mean, see, now I have 8 finishing badges to play around with. Now for me, I love like takeover base badges. So like when I'm in a wreck, even though I have 12 finishing badges on my 6'8", I love running fast break finisher on Hall of Fame. It's like having takeover Brewster in the park, but you have to be on the fast break in order to get it. But when you're playing rec with a slasher, you get a lot of fast break opportunities. So it's a good badge to have in the rec, even in even on the thirds, it's a good badge to have in my opinion. If you have the space for it or the badges for it at least. And Showtime, it works. But I mean, I haven't really used it like that, but it works. But even if you don't use fast break finisher, like I said, I have 8 more badges to play around with. Acrobat is a really good badge. Pro Touch is I haven't really used consistent finisher as much, but this is for me coming like I have throughout this whole year. I haven't really had that many finishing badges like 19. I've had like 11 and 12 on my 11 on my 6'7" and 12 on my 6'8". But I mean it's only so many badges that's worth it in this category in my opinion, just like it is in every other category. But I mean, wherever y'all put it, it's on y'all. Like right now, I have I can literally put these anywhere. Um, you don't really need Pro Touch style. Acrobat, it helps a lot. But I mean, you can really put these anywhere. I haven't really decided yet, so I'm gonna just put it on something random for right now. Now, shooting badges, of course, you get 13 of them. Now, of course, you need quick draw on gold. That's Well, I ain't gonna say you need it. This is personal preference as well. A lot of people are no silver or gold. I like gold. I like my shot to be a little bit faster, but I like having range shit on silver as well. Certain game modes, I switch up my badges based on what I'm playing, like twos, threes, or rec, or whatever. Like say for instance on twos or the threes, if I'm playing like off ball, I'm gonna have that on gold, on silver, and this on gold, and it'll just be looking like this. This is decent for like playing off ball. Now if I'm playing like the one, I'll slide this down, maybe even slide it off, slide that off, maybe put range shit on gold. Volume shooter, I like using volume shooter. It's decent, and you don't really need range shooter on gold. You can live with it on silver, but it's nice to have it on gold. And even if you don't want it on gold, you can have corner specialist on. Now even with corner specialist on bronze, it gives you like a 10% bonus on your shots. So it's decent to have on bronze. I playmaking, I usually run floor general over dimer, handles for days at least on. You can live with it on silver. I usually run it on silver if I'm running flashy passer. But now that I have like three more or two more in my case, two more playmaking badges than I usually have. I usually have 17. I have 17 of both my 6'7" and my 6'8". So when I'm running flashy passer, I usually have this on silver. Like I said, you can live with it on silver, but I have two more extra badges so I can up that. Now of course you need quick first step on Hall of Fame on any build. You need this the highest tier you can go on any build, any guard build at least. Now I usually run Space Creator on at least bronze with unpluggable on at least bronze, and bailout on at least bronze. Like bailout helps a lot even on bronze. I've been running it for like the past month now, and it helps a lot. Now these last, well, one in my case, playmaking badge. You can either put it towards handles for days to max it out, or you can put it on Space Creator or something like that. Like I said, I love my takeover based badges, so I run Flashy Passer a lot. It helps a lot just to get your takeover, and especially now that I'm an elite, I get like an extra little bump. So I mean, even if you don't run it, I guess you can put on Ankle Breaker. Uh, Hunters for Days, they kind of nerfed it, so I mean, you can run it if you wanted to. It's on you, but you can really put this towards anywhere. Like you can have it look something like this. Doesn't really matter. But like I said, in my case, I only have 19. Uh, so I'd probably have it look something like this, or even like I said, I love my flashy passes, so I need that on. Have it look something like that, or even not even use ankle breaker at all, and just put it all towards Space Creator. Now my defensive, now on my 6'8", I usually run clamps on silver, and my lateral quickness. Right now I'm a 97, so my lateral quickness is a 63. But I'm telling y'all, that build has solid defense. Y'all might think it's slow, but it's really not. And even if you do get blown by, you can still get a lot of contests at the rim just from being 6'8". But now that I'm a little bit faster, being 6'6", it'll help out a lot. Intimidator, I throughout this whole year, I've used it on bronze. It's been on bronze since like I'm gonna say October maybe. But up until like recently, I've been using it on silver a lot. So I mean, you can put that there. Of course, you need chase down. And like I said, I do love my takeover base badges, and Rip Protector is one of those. So I at least have this on bronze, even on my 6'8". I'll still get a lot of blocks. I think my block rating is close to a 70, or if not, it will be a 70 when I hit 95 plus. So I like having Rip Protector on, and I like having Rebound Chase on as well. I mean, I'm 6'6". I'm not a little guard. I'm big enough to grab boards, like, and I have a high enough vert. All right, so this is my build. All right, so before I was rudely interrupted, this is my 6'6" build. They do call me a slasher. Like I said during this video, I did manage to get an extra playmaking badge, so they call me a slashing playmaker. Really doesn't make a difference. You can choose whatever y'all want. If y'all want the slasher name, just make the build how I made it before I changed it up. As you can see, I do have a little bit of badges on them. I have 4 finishing and 9 playmaking and 1 defensive so far. Like honestly, right now this build is park ready. Believe it or not, I just need my shooting badges. Then it'll really be park ready. I at least need like quick draw on gold, like maybe range extender on bronze, and that's it. Besides that, it's park ready. Like I played about 2 games of park with it, and this is why my playmaking badges look the way they look right now. But yeah, you can definitely come to the park with this build. This is just make sure you have your shooting badges. But it's really gonna do it. If y'all made it this far, I appreciate it. Make sure y'all leave a like and sub up, and I'm out.